Greetings and welcome. I am Joffrey, and today I'm going to be playing England, Kingdom of England in EU5. I'm trying to get the achievement Rule Britannia. It's a rather simple thing, all things considered, conceptually. Simply form Great Britain. However, the more convoluted aspect of it that isn't so obvious from the title. You'd think, well, I mean, England already owns all of the Isle of Britain itself, except for Scotland, and that's got to be a pushover. However, there is a problem with actually forming the country. You see, you can't just form Great Britain as is. To form it, you need to have finished the Hundred Years' War, which means either the Hundred Years' War needs to have been going on for ages and the Age of Reformation has started, at which point the war just peters out, as it's been going on for so long that all the claims are becoming kind of a moot point. The English get completely kicked off of the French mainland, or the English successfully assert their throne to France, or England conquers just an absolute load of France. So the objective here is twofold: successfully form Great Britain, uh, and in doing so, we will have conquered France, or at least enough of it to end the Hundred Years' War. We will see what actually ends up happening. Most likely, I'll want to end up converting to a Lollardy. It's a delightful early Reformation religion, and I like its. I think its bonuses are kind of nice. As well for colonialism, it's got the funny gimmick of being able to deport heretics, so you can send a lot of people to the colonies pretty quick. Now, hopefully, yes, achievements available. Hopefully that I will actually be able to get the achievement. I made a mistake last time, as I often have with the EU5 so far, of due to my modding shenanigans, breaking my Iron Man games and losing out. I lost out on a game I was playing offline of England trying to get this achievement uh, because the last session I played out of several uh, ended up being failed because I launched it in debug mode. So, whoops. But this should be, yeah, allow plausible. Allow a historical. I think, yeah. Countries can controvert invisible criteria found. But let us get started. England's Iron Man. And we will call this Rule Britannia. Wait a second. I think I might have. Did I? Oh, I named the save wrong. No, I only put one N in the name of Rule Britannia in the save. Whoops. Bit of whoopsie. Now the game's going through one of its dry spells with the music. Very sad. Well, we'll see what the Scottish Civil War amounts to, but from what I've seen, Balliol almost always loses, and then even if he wins, he's very unlikely to actually hand over anything that was promised. But the bigger concern that we've got to deal with, precious metal distribution, and we'll have to codify that eventually. But the bigger problem we've got to deal with here as England is the fact that the Hundred Years' War is going to kick off soon, TM, and we need to become friends with people. As far as rivals go, I don't actually want to fight any of the people I can see, so I'm just going to rival the Sicily so that I don't have to worry about it. No, it's unlikely anyone's actually gonna Yeah, none of the notables are gonna want to become friends. The Pope doesn't. So the Pope would want to become allied, but they have a negative opinion? What? That's... Why is it lying? Our opinion. I don't like the Pope? Oh. Well, that's inconvenient. Otherwise, I would ally them. Savoy certainly isn't strong enough to be worth much. Lorraine would even be worth more. Oh no, wait, why is Savoy actually this strong? Oh yeah, they've got, wait, they have an appanage? How are they able to make appanages? I don't know how appanages work. But it's interesting that they're able to make them. I should look into this. If Savoy has something that allows them to make appanages, I might actually want to play them. Or maybe it's just a being French thing. I don't know. Because I am a huge fan of vassal gameplay, so just having more vassals is something I like. Yeah, they got 2 appanages, a vassal, and a fief. $1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Well, that's actually strong enough that I would consider them. Yeah, they'd actually be, worth allying as much as all of the little French dudes have so many more men. Yeah. Oh wow, they really did buff England. I'd heard that they'd given England some buffs, but I didn't know that it was quite 46,000 levies equivalent of buffs. That's crazy. I mean, the French do have an absolute load of vassals, so they do kind of need it, but jeez. Underage heir, we still have Edward the Black Prince. What to do with, okay, the money, we can't afford anymore. Like, our professional troops are already enough that we're scraping the limit of how many we can field effectively. So we can't recruit more. And we're gonna need more men though. I might honestly want to just say, because the thing is, France is they're almost guaranteed to attack. Because we both get the events. Minus 53. And I don't think, like, what, I can ally the goddamn Hanseatic League for what that's worth. Unlikely. Yeah, I mean, they'd still be worth something. Every little bit helps, after all. Savoy, like, okay, what is Bremen underneath the Hansa? No. Where's Hamburg? It's not a lot of dudes. Don't think the Hansa would actually be that useful after all as an ally. They're very strong though. But we can get started with, sending out a couple alliances. Hainaut, how strong is Hainaut? Another 2k, 4k from Lorraine. And there's just not, I don't really see it being feasible to ally anyone else like Aragon in time. Border distance and all that. Which is a little ironic due to the fact that Aquitaine is a vassal. They still think it's too far. They're not thinking about it from the perspective of Aquitaine existing and being an extension of my realm. Aquitaine's just a fief, right? Yeah. Relations. If the Dominion, yeah, Wales is a Dominion, Ireland's a Dominion. And then there's the three vassals of Durham, Chester, and Lancaster. Durham's one of the first ones I'd realistically want to get rid of. But at the same time, part of me kind of wants to, I don't know, I just can't really exert much control over the north. So part of me wants to, A, get rid of, because I don't think the max control, yeah, the max control out in like Cornwall is just useless. So part of me wants to get rid of Cornwall and Wessex. Yeah, Cornwall and Devon. West Country, most of West Country, or no, actually not most of it. Well, yeah, Cornwall realistically. I want to get rid of Cornwall, I think, as a vassal, and potentially give Durham free reign over the north. I could give it to Lancaster, but I mean that's a bad precedent in England to give Lancaster's power. Just don't know. Because all of this is, it's all Northumbrian culture anyway. So it's a little hard to tell where the line between the mostly English and mostly Northumbrian lands are. But point is, Durham and upwards very consistently Northumbrian. Maybe just give all the northmost land to Durham and then keep handing them the Scottish land. Because, like, what else? Give it to Chester? Chester's not going to be fucking useful. All this stuff out here, just, yeah, maximum control 14. You get nothing out of the land up here. There's no proximity. It's gonna take a while to get enough tech to make use of this northern land. Even, there's like the town of Berwick. This would take a lot of investment because it's not integrated even to make use of it. So many Scots and stuff too. So, could always make the bishopric of Durham rule over the north. But I don't know how many men, because if I'm getting a decent amount of men from up there, then I wouldn't want to. 20,000 men from some more lands. It's not going to tell me specifically how many. Open levies menu. Can I like... Nah, it's not going to tell me. That's kind of annoying. I want to figure out how many men I'm getting from these different provinces. Because I don't know if it's worthwhile to hand it out. But also part of me doesn't want to hand out this land to an English or a Northumbrian tag, because then they'll just spread more Northumbrian culture. It takes me a while to get started with this. I'm such a wacko. Because I don't want the Northumbrians spreading like all of Scotland to become Northumbrian culture. Is the problem with that? Oh, isn't there a Northumbrian tag? Yeah, Northumberland is a tag that can be released. And then Cornwall's a tag that can be released, but I don't want to release that. Ew. I don't want to release that. Because it's the Cornish in charge. That's gross. And not. So, first order of business. Create subject. Custom subject. We need Plymouth. Is it Plymouth? Or... Where's the silver mine? It's up there. How much tin too? Great subject, custom subject, Plymouth. And this one will be a thief. got lots of vassals already. I think. No, this will be a vassal. Our ruler's wife. Could be interesting. I can make Isabella Capet. Ruler, why is she in my court? Oh yeah, because she's my mother. That's the whole thing. That's funny. I honestly I don't know what this will do, but I kind of want to see what happens. Because like yeah, technically that means that I'm the heir of this title. So does that then turn it into a fief? Ah. Cede province, yeah, and cede Cornwall to them. There. The earldom of Wessex, not the earldom of Cornwall. So that means that the primary culture is English. They can sort out the Cornish as they see fit, and actually get decent control over this land, because normally it's got such absolutely useless control. Oh, it's gonna be terrible anyway under the. Well, they can. They don't have it integrated yet. Yeah, because this is integrated. Okay, well, we'll see. I'll see what they do. I just wish that I could see how many men that I was getting from the north, but clearly it's not a lot. And the only reason that I'm hesitant as a result of this to release Northumberland as a subject, because normally at this point I would be totally down to release Northumberland. The problem is that it's going to be really hard to get vassals to actually send troops down to France to fight. But all these goons are Northumbrian culture. Yeah, yeah, exactly. The thing with France is like, I, a vassal could make more effective use of Northumberland, but the problem is that it's going to be very hard for those vassals to actually send their troops down. Yeah. Most of any French land that I actually successfully conquer should be turned into vassals for sure. In fact, I'd consider making this land into a vassal as is. How much English? Yeah, there's no English people here. Okay, there's 249 English people in Montreal. Hmm. Jersey's very unhappy because it's full of Normans. Well, that's inconvenient. How good's the harbor here? Terrible. What a useless piece of land. Just got some fruit, 3,000 people. Terrible RGO. Flatland, oceanic grasslands. Though to be fair, I was in the process of making some places in my mod that are even worse than this, so yeah. Man, trying to get core on Chinese provinces attempt. You accepted wrong culture and good port. Oh, you accepted a culture, but you accepted the wrong one because the one you accepted is yeah. The one you accept is not the one with the good port. Figures, yeah. Yeah, having coastal lands in North France. Realistically, that's where I should be conquering, integrating Normandy and such. I want to rush for diplomatic capacity. Diplomatic capacity, cost of food, also stab investment over there. And then the rest of this, yeah, monthly diplomats too. If anything, I should be trying to get that quick. But the rest of this, just grab it as it comes. There's probably going to be a lot of mercenaries required in this first war, I'm going to be honest. Integrate province. Oh yeah, okay. So Berwick. I'm definitely not keeping Berwick. This unintegrated land in fucking Scotland. I don't know what I should do with you. Other than... Can I just give you to Durham? Durham, can you take this? No? Damn it. I think I need to make a new vassal. Completed the whole 500 years to about 16 hours. Yeesh. Well, congratulations on actually finishing a game of EU5. Yeah. Fully land value Britain. I don't know what you mean. Fully land value Britain this game? Oh, you get societal values. Oh, yes, you're right, of course. We gotta stop this ticking right away. This is terrible, terrible. Custom subjects, Berwick. Oh. Okay. Dominions are a thing. Could make a dominion in Berwick, which is the one little bit of Scotland that we've got. And that would mean... Oh, they changed this. They changed this. I'm actually very much considering doing this. Or one of its kindred cultures. Oh, they're totally gonna just end up being Northumbria then. Fuck. This is new. In this new patch, they definitely changed this because it used to be, I'm pretty sure it used to take a century for dominions. That's what they were saying. But in that case, that means that if I make a dominion of Berwick, then I can use that to grant any land in Scotland to it. And it's going to be forced to have either my primary culture or Northumbrian. And they have... Yeah, they've got English culture. Yes! I was scared they were going to use Northumbrian culture because they got 10% Northumbrian in there. And Northumbrians are kindred, but... No. English primary culture anyway. Yeah, okay. It was a century before. Yeah, that's an interesting change. I don't know whether I agree or disagree. I kind of liked the notion that Dominions took an absolute eternity to integrate. So if you wanted to set one up, you really needed to think about it. But the Scots Patriots, yeah, well, that got rid of that problem now, more or less. Hopefully. The new Earl of TV O'Dale. Can I rename you? You can rename subjects, right? Like manage subjects. Earldom of TV O'Dale. I swear you could. But I guess not. Maybe you can only rename colonial nations. Oh well. I would rename it to the Earldom of Scotland, basically. Province map causing pain. Well, yeah, RCM, that's what you signed up for. Yeah. Clicking the name at the very top, like armies. Doesn't look like it. Oh well. I'm coping. Very sad. It is what it is, though. The world moves on and all that. We need to do cabinet stuff. And does that mean increasing control? Probably means increasing control. Where's the most pops? Okay, there's an absolute load of people in East Anglia. That is East Anglia. Norfolk and Lincolnshire are humongous amounts of pops for some reason. Might be a good idea to increase control there. Increasing control in Norfolk would potentially help with our quantity of dudes. And we also need to stabilize the country, probably. Either that or legitimacy. Strength in government's probably more important, actually. Alright, do we have anyone in the family? Thomas Plantagenet. He's a pretty good diplomat. Robert d'Artois is actually kind of crappy. That's weird. Thought Sir Robert would be a pretty good character, but I guess he isn't. And there's an Aberfraw in the court. Okay. But Sir Thomas Plantagenet is good to have around because that means we can. Okay, this is actually an admin skill. Oh, well, that's a shame. In that case, he is getting assigned to strengthen the government. Thomas Plantagenet. That. And he will be made the head of the cabinet. So he gets, efficiency of the cabinet. And we get to crown head of cabinet. That will be very useful. Yeah. It seems like a no-brainer to me. He's the only member of the crown in the court at the moment, which is somewhat inconvenient, but yeah. And we'll have William de la Zouche, whoever the hell this is. William de la Zouche. He'll be in charge of increasing control in Norfolk, which is a surprisingly urbanized area for a place that's wetlands? There's some wetlands. Oh, wetlands and farmlands and stuff. Yeah, it's actually pretty good up there. I'll have to keep that in mind for future development. What's its RGOs? Wool. It's got a lot of wool. Fruit. This could be developed up pretty well. That might be where the most efficient textile industry could be done, up in here. Because you get, ton in Thetford. Ton of wool production in Thetford. Going colonial or continental? Well, at this point, I'm just trying to get an achievement. I'm just trying to get the achievement for forming Great Britain. Even if we lose against France, then as long as we form Great Britain, I consider it mission accomplished. Since I'm someone who, I mod the game, and I'm working on my own mod project, when it comes to actually playing the game, I usually need to force myself into actually playing the game by going for a specific achievement. Otherwise, it's kind of hard to get that going. let's turn on armies. Yeah, automate, replace generals and admirals. That needs to be happening. And we'll automate we gotta automate the markets and trade. Because I am not experienced enough with that yet. But I'm no. Yeah, minting is simple enough. You want just get a little bit of inflation. Just yeah. Alright. Well, I'm scared for when France attacks. I would love if they would give me enough time to actually unpause. But hey, that proves achievements are working. Yay. I would love if France would give me enough time to grab Aragon as an ally, but that's not going to happen. France is going to come for me, and they want to kick me out of the continent, and I will be very sad. You can form Britain by 1380, just annex all the subjects and no CB Scotland. Okay. The thing about that, you can't form Great Britain in that fast because the 100 Years' War situation needs to be over. So, since the 100 Years' War needs to be over, to actually form Great Britain, we need to either purposefully lose real quick, or wait it out and actually finish it. So the option is probably going to be to finish it. And drop Diplo spending. Oh yeah, I forgot they added food. This food slider is going to be very good because God, breaking alliances is making wonderful. I happen to know one person in my Discord server who has struggled a ton with not having the food to feed his dudes, his little dude guys. Hundred Years War barely lasts a decade in most of your games. What the hell kind of game are you guys playing? What are you doing? I mean, you mean most of your games is in like France instantly just beats England and it's over? Yeah, that would make sense. But who's this Simon Sudbury? Why is he such a wholesome chungus? Theologian at heart. Service of the Church, first Bishop of London, Archbishop of Canterbury. Appointed Chancellor, Lord Chancellor. Recently introduced the poll tax to finance the ongoing military campaigns against France. Well, this seems like it's a little early for this to have happened. He's not really a good character, though. I don't really want him. But I'll take him. Well, I heard that I heard that England got buffed, and these 42,000 army levies certainly seem like a buff to me. I don't recall them having this many beforehand. But now that I think about that and the case of buffing England, England's got the yeomanry law, but they don't start with common militias, I didn't think. So that's probably pretty important for us to hand out real quick. Kind of want that extra 20% levy size and levy combat efficiency. Is there anything we want to take away from the peasants now that we're giving them stuff? Communal lands for decentralization. Hunting permits. Don't care about hunting permits, that's just fine. Access to royal and ecclesiastical, yeah, this is just fine. It's really just this communal lands thing. Anything else that would be useful to hand them? Free mobility is actually a good one, yeah. I think. Thing is, you can get your vassals loyal as France and accept culture. England stands no chance. And yeah. In MP, there's no way. There's just no way I can imagine you'd be able to win as England in an MP against France. You need to get Castile involved, and even then, France is just a little stupid. Gonna be honest, it's a little nuts. Uh, how much does it piss off the yeoman when you revoke something? Like a lot. 40 satisfaction. So they go from 60 to 25. That's a little too much. So I think we'll give them the free mobility because having the peasants and laborers migrating is kind of important. Watch the France AI go bankrupt once and delete every single building. Fair enough. Compelling argument. Game's weird like that sometimes. I could also give them representation in Parliament, but no, free mobility is important. That's something I actively want to give them. So give them those two, and then get rid of communal lands, because that is a ton of decentralization progress. So just cut that out real quick. They'll even tolerate it. We've got the Magna Carta, which, I mean, free subjects, parliament-based support, it's nice. And we can, I guess, wait until, for the follow-up one, I guess wait until the Renaissance starts and then take royal decree. Because, like, the other option is diplomatic traditions for, what, extra diplo cap for more vassals? Nah, we ain't gonna run out of diplo cap, realistically, as England. Too big for that. Alright, well, to defy the French king and make preparations to invade France. Invasion of France preparations. Army movement speed, shipbuilding speed. Don't actually need more ships to fight France, I don't think. Yeah, because France doesn't even have any actual ships. Why did they... What the hell? Why does Flanders have so many... I mean, they got burgers, so fair enough. I mean, it's just fishing boats, but still. Yeah, free mobility does mean they could leave the country, but they're just moving around within the market. So it's just people in the London market can move around in the London market for what that's worth. Realistically, all that it does in this context is mean that there's like Norfolk has an absolute load of people, and I have a feeling that some of them might want to go somewhere else. So the big benefit of setting up letting the peasants migrate is it means that if I develop like what's an interesting RGO? What's an interesting RGO that exists in England? Like there's fruit. There's also these there's saffron. There's a saffron location. So we get this one saffron tile in Walden, and if Walden is I dev up this saffron a bunch, and there's just not enough peasants to make use of it, which there is. To be fair, there is enough. But if there wasn't, then a bunch more could move there. Same as if I set up a town and I start building up the town, more peasants can move to said town, and it's going to be especially useful after the Black Death, where it means that all of those cities and such that are getting depopulated are going to be able to actually fill up again with excess peasants from the countryside. Wheat and wool, the building blocks of England. Yep, selling food to everyone else. France gets lots of things, I guess. less wool, relatively speaking, but they do still have an astronomical amount of wheat. We honestly don't have that much in the way of lumber, is the funny thing. There's lumber out west, but I think for the most part, our lumber is going to need to come from RGOs or from lumber mills built in the farmlands around our core, which is weird. I have yet to really figure out all that beeswax is used for. So, brewery, winery. So you can make alcohol with it. Monasteries have it as one of their options, two of their options actually. Cloth, paper. Yeah. Monastery, temple. Temples need it. Okay, okay. And then marketplaces also need it. Universities need it. Confucians need it. Opera houses need it. Beer workshops need it. Wine manufacturer doesn't need it. Medical school needs it. It just, yeah. Okay. So it turns out you need honey literally any place that you want to build a anything, if something's got candles, it needs beeswax. So it's a very low-key important resource. Recommend building temples almost everywhere with figures. I doubt there's many places that don't already have them, though, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, literally no. There are no towns in England that don't already have them. So this is one thing, by the way, that I'm not certain about yet. I don't know. I'm not skilled enough yet to understand when I want to be building new towns. I'm not sure yet because I don't think, okay, I can't turn this into one, right? No, I can. But it needs a certain amount of pops. No, you just kind of can. Well, you can make towns easier than I thought. It doesn't even have 10K and you can just make it into a town. Huh. Let's get paved roads. All of you folks actually playing the game while I've been modding it. This is wild. God, some of these provinces with only 2 locations. What the hell is this? This is starting to make me more and more seeing this disparity of like you get the Kent province with its 5 locations, and then Middlesex with 3, and then you go to Bedfordshire with only 2. It's starting to justify to myself my design philosophy with my mod of making every province 4 locations. Nice and consistent. Right. But enough yapping. Conquer Throne of France CB. We're not using that. We're not using that because France is coming to us in a second. Defensive League, guys? Help? No. Raven. Raven, please. Please, Braven. I crave. I crave the assistance, Braven. Yeah. We are the rightful heirs to France. Yeah, give me that. Give me that. Not looking forward. Ah, ruler in the Duke of Normandy, Count of Maine, Count of Anjou. So theoretically, when Philip dies, all of this land instantly gets given back to him, or maybe they become thieves. I don't know. Best way you can win the 100 Years' War is to sit on your island, let France vassals send their little stacks to you as they have boats and France doesn't. Wow. Sheesh. Keep this. I like the next time. It's like next time keep the silver mine and put a bailiff on it. It's I mean realistically I'm just gonna end up annexing Wessex eventually anyway. But there's nothing that stops me from just yoinking it, right? I can yoink it and put a bailiff on it and dev up that silver mine later. That's a good point. It's an unfortunate side effect of, see, because I created the subject in Wessex and in Devon, which meant that it gave the whole province to them. Meanwhile, if I created it in Cornwall, even though it would mean that it's a Cornish subject, I'd still be able to choose specifically which bits of Devon were handed out. Because, yeah, Barnstaple would be nice to have myself, even though it will have trashy control. Even with these guys, I got terrible control. Ugh. Something that's up to 59,000 levies? Excuse me? 59,000? What the hell? In what world? Also, I've definitely got to get rid of this land, right? No, I've got 16% control over here. 29% control? Is it because it's a town? No, the proximity. Proximity in Montrelieu. Is there a... because there's a port here or there? No. This is a rural settlement. Why is it such good control? Is there just a really good natural harbor? There's not even a good natural harbor. There's a terrible harbor here. Why is there such good proximity? What's wrong with Hastings proximity? Oh no, it's the exact same. Never mind. What is my maritime presence? Fine. Yeah. Alright, well, I guess I'm keeping fucking Punsey. Instead of strengthening the government at this rate, if I'm keeping that land, I should. If I'm keeping that land, I should just start assimilating them to English now. If I get that chord up, it'll get even better control. I should probably spend the 250 for the Black Prince to get better education. The sooner I spend that money, the better he's gonna be. Hmm. And I mean, he's Edward Plantagenet. He's, Black Prince. He's totally gonna survive the Black Death, right? Totes. Totes for real. Hmm. I'm just scared to spend my cash before the war. Though it is nice to see the Pale building up a sergeantry about time. I doubt the Principality of Wales has one in Carnarvon. No. They don't even have a town. Jeez, Wales is terrible. Hospitals in any city. That's a good point. You know, of all the things to be spending money on, even more important than getting good education for the Black Prince is keeping my pups alive. There's so many people. Available workers. Why are there so many people in Lynn? There's just so many people up in East Anglia. Close them until the plague. Fair enough. How cheap is it to build these actually? Glass? Yeah, well, at least the masonry is cheap. Expensive Age of Traditions building. Yeah. Well, is there a way that I can click on all hospitals? Is there a way that I can just close every single one of them? Like, is it this button? Building is closed. Okay. That's how that works, I guess. Yeah. Alright. I still got cash to spare for the 100 Years of War imminent. Do not need to be spending money right now on refurbishing stuff. Oh no. But the Cinque port. I don't want to lose those. The Cinque ports, or however you call them, are really nice to have early game. This event every few years attracts visitors. Count as an opportunity to make this year's show even more impressive. Celebrate the portsmen with pomp and ceremony. So I'm moving towards land. If I didn't spend all my stability on taking away something from the peasants, I would consider using this as an excuse to get rid of market fares from the burghers. But I already used all that stability. It would be a tragedy to lose. Well, I mean, 18.5 isn't the most amount of stability to lose, I guess. This would just be such a convenient time because I could grant them building rights. No, the lords are already mad. I don't want to rock the boat anymore. I can give them privileges later. Definitely going to want to privilege up the burghers. They're probably going to become super powerful by the time I'm done with them. I have to get rid of a ton of noble privileges later though as well. And instead, I guess, increase the prosperity? Have the ports refurbished? Because I don't want. I do not want the ports to be disappearing. Hastings, prosperity, development growth, pop growth. The fuck is Brittany going? Brittany, are you marching an army all the way up to Scotland to fight against Balliol right now? Huh. Well, good on them, I guess. Margaret Plantagenet. Does anyone to marry you? No. No one wants to marry you, then you're gonna end up getting made into a counselor. Very expensive counselor. Come on, tax the burgers more. Why? Wish we could tax them more than this. Otherwise they'd be mad. Just remember to close. Yeah, close the hospitals. How much is it gonna cost for mercs? A little paranoid about how soon France is gonna come and attack. Because they're definitely gonna do it. Armies. Nope, armies of fire mercenaries. I don't like losing prestige. A cheap guy who's also got decent admin. Uncommon. 300 to get some decent numbers of mercs. So, okay. I could, during 100 Years' War, just sit on... I mean, the more I think about it, it's not a bad idea to just sit on England, because France is gonna occupy all the mainland stuff pretty easily, sure. But yeah, if we let Brittany and Normandy and stuff land troops bit by bit, the Flemish certainly chip away at them. It's not like, I mean, okay, Aquitaine is a really good subject. Like it's a whole 6k dudes. That's pretty nice, but the potential benefit of having all these goons on the mainland march their troops up here and have their levies destroyed is a really good reward. Mason. What? Why are horses so valuable? Weird. Apparently the horse's RGO is just really good right now. Okay, you can, peace out disloyal vassals, but I don't think France is going to have any disloyal vassals. What are the odds that any of their vassals are actually going to... Oh, they actually have a couple that don't like them too much, but that's probably not going to change unless France themselves... Because if France is going to become stronger compared to their vassals as the fighting goes on, you know? Oh damn, that's a lot of people moving. Why is there so many people moving to Canterbury? The Picards are leaving. Actually, what is actually the societal makeup? Yeah, we accept the Northumbrians. The Welsh are tolerated. We don't have enough prestige to tolerate the Picards. Fair enough. Okay, we're getting more money again as well. It's to the point where, yeah, got enough of a nest egg. Gotta actually spend it on some stuff. Are these states building anything? Lords insurgents. Oh, they are grumpy today. Well, the vassals will recalculate how loyal they are to France, but they'll also think that they're strong. They're weaker because France will have their armies raised. I don't know. We'll see. Didn't expect the lords to be this angry, though. I thought that this would be enough satisfaction to keep them from freaking out like this. But this is a rapid, very angry behavior from them. Just stop taxing the nobles for a bit. Does it change how fast their satisfaction goes up? No. I'll get taxed again then. I'm not gonna bribe them unless I need to. That is a stupid amount of money. And Norman Patriots. There's literally gonna be a whole ass revolt on Jersey Island here. What is the world coming to? Just trying to increase control. And then they gotta go and freak out on me. I can't even accept them or tolerate them. Ignoring corrupt institute. Lose some stability. Can't believe I'm actually assimilating goddamn Jersey Island first because there's like 3,000 dudes that are gonna freak out and revolt. It would be nice to assimilate Picardy, though. Cheaper roads, one location ring from the capital. What are my roads looking at right now? That's a good point. Why is it in a line like that? What? Huh. Not sure why it's in a line like that. I don't know what that means. Because I know the white is that I already have a line, right? I already have a road, right? Maybe I don't know enough about roads. Oh, there's... Oh. No, distance. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, I guess. There's already a gravel road. Oh, that's because it's more expensive? I mean, how useful would it really be? Nearest source, London. Just one step from London. And it actually is going over land. London, Chelmsford also. Yeah, that's also right next to it. I didn't think about it like that. Roads. Our proximity map. Occam's razor. Buckingham. Is Cambridge that bad? Really? Yeah, probably would be a good idea to start building some of these roads. I mean, the burghers are able to build them, but resources are cheap enough. Build them to Windsor and Woking as well. There's no town there, right, though? No. Nah, none of these are towns. It's all rural. But, yeah, that's going to be crucial in actually getting any control out west. But I've already got roads out that way to some degree. I thought at least. St. Albans to Dunsdale. Gravel road, yeah. There just isn't a road in Harrow for some reason. That's really weird. Did the road just stopped before London for some reason? That seems like a that seems like it's an oversight. Where they like thought there was a road there, but like, feels like the devs thought that St. Albans touched London, so they didn't give it a road. Controversial philosopher William Ockham. Well, the clergy is allowed to be a little upsetty for the sake of faster tech. Scotland guaranteeing our subjects' independence. Are like, ooh, look at them. So fancy. Luxembourg doesn't. Aragon's the best bet for an alliance, but trust 9. What's the trust now? Trust is 8. And professing trust would be another 10. Might be worth professing trust in Aragon. There we go. It's an alliance I really want. It'll both stop Castile and France from getting stronger to a degree. Damn it. Immediately it goes back to 0 reasons. Frustrating. Frustrating. Why is the brewery so valuable? Distillery too. Is this not already being sorted? Yeah, this is being sorted by level. There is no, okay, why is it not showing the Tailors Guild at the top of this? Same with the Carpenters. Weird stuff. Oh, start building some carpenters in London. Also want to get. We need lumber to be cheaper. Build some lumber closer to the capital in Portsmouth. But yeah, also London Parliament. And we'll go for host army exercises probably. Because we are going to be on that military grind. Ask for our larger levies for 3 years, 25% more. Can definitely lose some. Oh, spy network in France. Woo! Okay. Parliament approved levies, autonomy support. 15. Let's see. 38. No, I'm not changing policy. Wait, what? They want central council? Where's the council law? Why do they want that? Administrative system. Currently feudal administration. They want to, the nobles want to replace the feudal administration with central council. You're kidding me. Okay, I lost some stability for it, but like... Thanks. Okay, the clergy's getting way too upset. That was not a good event to have fire. They're only at 29. That is hurting. Not like that. Achievement get stream over. I've gotten those achievements before as well. That's the weird thing. It just still shows them. Braven getting a sergeantry. Come on, come on, come on, Braven. We are the best of friends, right? Wait, no, I'm still trying to get my other best of friend. There we go. What, Aragon, we're gonna be the best of friends forever. You're gonna stay my ally, and everything's gonna be amazing. It is not telling me the difference in them here. So I guess what? Society? Norman? Norman cultural tradition 63.7. I actually do have more cultural influence than them, interestingly. But it's not assimilating anyone. Well, I don't know why that's not working. I guess the fact that it's so distant is making it worse. But like, I think that there must be people migrating in, right? There's got to be some people migrate. There's got to be some English people migrating into Picardy, right? Otherwise, there's no way. Like, because they're assimilating fast, and everyone's leaving Jersey. This is such a useless piece of land. It's just causing problems because they're gonna revolt. No, Normans aren't accepted. I literally can't accept them. That's the annoying thing. I literally can't tolerate them even. They don't even have 1% pops in the country, so I can't tolerate them. Braven broke their... Oh my god, people stop breaking your alliances with me for some reason. You were important to my plan, goober. And by my plan, I mean not losing to France. Now I don't like you because you broke your alliance with me. Please, Aragon, don't break your alliance with me. Days left. Most army exercise is gonna be done. Got 84,000 men. At this rate, I don't even know if France is gonna attack me because I've got so many dudes. Mind you, I can't call Aragon in because what? Border distance. Border distance, and they just don't like me enough yet. If Aragon was willing to join the war, I'd consider attacking. Even though Aragon is only worth like Normandy in power. There's just no one on Jersey. It's such a terrible little island. I don't get anything out of it. It's got no tax base. No harbor capacity. This is dreadful stuff. Is France annexing anyone yet? Surely France is going to start annexing someone, right? And Scotland's united. Got my vassal is already... Vassal's already integrating stuff. I'm kind of just confused because the only because in I mentioned that I tried doing this before, but then I broke my save. France attacked me right away. So I'm a little surprised that hasn't happened. And I'm not sure what to think or do. Because I mean, I guess I can attack France myself. Positive opinion. Come on, Aragon. Target opinion, border distance. Border distance my ass. France is right there. You were so close to being done. Why were you going so fast and now it's going to take you this long? Am I actually considering marching my ass down into France with only... I mean, I've got my 84,000 dudes, but am I seriously considering marching down there right now? Just grab the men, recruit some mercs, and head on down. Invade Normandy. Need boats for transport, but I got so many naval levies. I have so many naval levies. $250 guys in each cog. Don't remember how many fishing boats carry. But yeah. How is it that this tag? Whoa, they got 2.5 thousand levies? Just here? That's impressive. That is impressive, little dude. And they're building a sergeantry, so... Definitely going to want to make some fishing villages soon, TM, as well, because that will help with getting just a bit more sailors. Trade capacity and stuff is also good. Don't care too much for the farming villages, but the it's guaranteeing my subjects. Market villages are also really nice for just the wide variety of things they can do. Can't make settlements anymore. Wait, there's settlements that already exist here? I don't know why it's saying one. Weird. Weird. Why is it saying 1, 2, 5? That's really strange. I do not have all of these built. And because that's up here, yeah. Build a bunch of fine cloth stuff up here where all the where all the wool is. Save and reload. I mean, it's an Iron Man game, so exit the menu, then reload. But I could probably make some more cogs, just to be safe. There's a good chance that all those fishing boats aren't going to be enough transportation. Shockingly. Huge amount of fishing boats. Why aren't all my fishing boats able to sustain my fleet? Ridiculous. That had a boost to yeah, it's gonna take a whole year to build some more ships. Knight's Companion. Yeah, I remember these. Yeah. Stranger Knights. Yeah. The King's Closest Companions. Getting efficiency of cabinet up 20%. It's kind of hard to beat that. Lots of the arts. Patron of the arts. Burger stuff. Alms Knights for some peasants' satisfaction. Making the nobles easier to please, it makes them a lot more powerful, which is a problem, but it makes the nobles happy, and efficiency of cabinet up 20%. Very tough to dispute that. Like, Norwich, max control, 62%. Do this. And see what it goes to next month. Okay, well, it didn't really change, but... Whoops. Coming of age, yes, yes, yes. $40,000 Frenchmen from the main faction itself. Sheesh. And there's all the little vassal tags. And Raven's not even gonna ally me anymore. Those wimps broke their alliance with me just before things got good. Export license for nobles. I guess make the nobles happier for a bit. Sure, doesn't really affect me much. End of the Scots Civil War. Yeah, Scotland, give me stuff. Ridiculous. Scotland refuses? How could they? Doesn't even give you a CB though, which is funny. It's just that's how pathetic the excuse is. She's got absolutely no justification. Well, France doesn't look like they're going to be declaring the war, so I guess I'm going to have to declare the 100 Years' War on France. Which is, I mean, what actually happened technically, but still. Corrupt officials. Sabotage reputation. Yeah, all of France's vassals are friendly. Annexing Montfort. Yeah. Don't like this. Sabotage reputation of, like, Brittany. Yeah, I did not change it. Okay. Well, gotta start paying for the army, I guess. I mean, don't really need to, but... Simony. Give money. Please, Alan Blight. I need the money. Oh. Treaty's honored. Treaty's honored. Treaty's honored. Unexpected. Unexpected. France actually declared the war. I did not think that was going to happen. At this rate, they were taking so long, I did not think that they were going to do it. Well. And that leaves us with a very different sort of situation. Because this, with the fact that Aragon's involved as well, I mean, Lorraine and Hainaut mean nothing, but with Aragon, which is an actual power, this is an actual country involved. I might need to actually show up on the mainland instead of just sitting around and waiting. Yeah, building all their fishing villages and stuff, and I had to save my money for this war. Harumph. Alright. Raise all the levies. There we go. See how many men actually raised from the north. It does not look like there's many men getting raised from the north, and that it's going to have been a waste after all they've kept it. Aragon's got crossbows. Yeah, they always set up the vassal of Cagliari. Funny stuff. Alright, send everyone to London. Come on. Alright. Boats. Acquire all the boats together. Like that Wessex gets the Wessex flag is funny because I made it a Capet. So I guess it made a French looking flag. 9 men in Jersey, truly the most valuable. The greatest contribution to the war effort is the men of Jersey. Oh, the 400 men in the 400 men in Picardy getting torn to pieces. Wait, how'd they win that? They were actually they were probably gonna win that fight somehow too. Somehow these absolute goons were doing like they were taking out that flank. All right, we gotta take a pit stop. Sorry, guys. Gotta grab the 9 men in Jersey before the carpooling sucks, man. I know, but oh no! Come on, come on! We gotta Dunkirk them out of here. Oh, um. Okay, well, there goes those fishing ships. Yeah, they can carry 200 guys, so that's a shame. This one professional boat killed all those fishing boats. Can you actually land? Yeah, Montreal has a port. Get on the enormous fleet, guys. Come on. Yeah. Guess they didn't get stack wiped after all. There's the Scottish Navy just sitting here. Well, my Scottish Navy. Anglo-Scottish Navy. This is quite the little goon squad we've got assorted here. Alright, everyone's on the boats. Well, I suppose the best place to go is actually the south, because Aquitaine is more likely to actually be able to defend itself. Building a wharf. They didn't start with a wharf? I'm scared for what places I have that didn't start with a wharf. Nowhere. Bug's still happening though. Alright, but yeah, if we go down to Aquitaine, Aquitaine can actually defend itself, so it might be more important to fight there. Also, it's near Aragon. So I think we're setting off to Bordeaux real quick. Don't care what happens in the north, really. Now let's see about your whole French vassals recalculating loyalty thing. Hey, I mean, yeah, actually, you're right. You're right. They do feel quite differently now. It's not even or anything, mind. But they do feel different. And once I get another diplomat, I can start. Sabotaging France's reputation with its vassals more. Find more vassals to sabotage the opinion of. Please, please don't like actually kill Aquitaine's army. I like them. Good, good. Yes, smack up Aquitaine. Now, the question is going to be where the actual Frenchies are. Weird visual bugs. Goddamn EU5 UI sometimes. Oh, here comes an absolute storm of units. Smack Armagnac in the face. Yeah, I signed a general. I've got that set to be automatic, so Edward's always going to be in charge of an army. Even if it's not the one I want him to, necessarily. Alright. So, mind you, it's all well and good to smack around the French vassals. It's a great pastime any Englishman loves. However, what we really want to be doing is killing the French army itself, because the French army itself is the main thing that's keeping the French vassals loyal to France. So if we defeat the French levies, then the French vassals will stop thinking that France is the big cheese and all that. Oh, here actually comes 2K troops from the Pale. Unexpected. Appreciated. So this changes things a little bit. No, where did the French army go? This is all just French vassals again. Where is the actual French army? Surely it's gonna be coming south. Alright. Well, can't catch them. So we're gonna have to split up the army. Aquitaine is way too occupied up. Okay, good, that's getting unoccupied by the Porto fort. Smack that Flemish fleet. Not that it's a good idea to fight out in the open ocean like this at this stage of the game. Is it Ile de Ré? Still taking... Okay, they're not taking attrition there anymore. That's good. Wow, we just stomped over some of their men there. And just chase some French vassals around for a bit, I guess. they didn't even have all their flanks covered from the get-go. Oh, these are some horrific casualty ratios for them. Yeah, England really got buffed. Woo! This is a whole nother level. Okay, there's some actual numbers though. Okay, well. They attacked me here? Really? What? They didn't even have reinforcements showing up. That was... Oh, Flanders, that was not the play. There's the French army proper getting attacked. Oh, there's another one up there. Yeah, that's the real... Wait, no, those aren't professional troops, though. I don't know where their men-at-arms are. This war is not a good... it's not a good war to be a Frenchman in. I'll say that. This army isn't even led by Edward. Oh! There's some more dudes. Yeah, well, as they split up... Oh, they think I'm gonna lose that. Well, let's split up the dudes. Stop telling me about people coming of age. 50% war score already. You're right, that's crazy. What the? It's all from battles. 50% war score from battles. You know, that means it's time to... I don't even know. Like, what? Can I start... Are there any French vassals that are disloyal? Not really. I mean, question's gonna be, do I want to keep pushing for 100% or do I want to take 50% from battles and just ditch, you know? You know, is it a case of just pick away at France bit by bit? Or is it push for more? Because, yeah, I've got the defender ticking. Can you get Normandy? That's a good question. Because that's the big pro. Oh. %50 war score, and they don't feel like it. Yeah, but they'd be willing to give up the land that I've occupied, huh? Yeah, yeah. So theoretically, after this battle here, if I beat up the French army here, if I sail up to Normandy and occupy a bunch of stuff up there, then they'll be down. Yeah. Alright. But for this, I mean, Age of Renaissance, there's not enough reasons for me to want to do integrated elites and stuff. Buff Aquitaine. Well, how much war score is Normandy? Okay, it's 95 war score for most of Normandy. I know that Aquitaine, yeah, Aquitaine has a bunch of claims to the northeast of it. thing is, yeah, I don't know. Hmm, I don't know. I'd figure taking stuff in the north of France would be better, especially if it's land that's like French owned, like owned by the France tag. Sheesh. France did lose less men there than I did, so good on them, I guess. And then I guess now I take take my death stack of Englishmen and just shove off north. Yeah, there's some good harbors here. If I get up that maritime presence, I could get some real good control on the north coast of France. Disembark. I think I need to split this army up again. Yeah. Leave Edward here and send the unknown army up north to deal with Normandy, I guess. Not the same. If it's not the same sea zone, your argument falls short. Well, you're saying that because it's not all the same sea zone, it's too much distance. It not uses up too much proximity for it to be worthwhile to hold it yourself at the beginning of the game. Because I could see that. Oh, it won't be helping South England because of the point of the yeah, the maritime presence getting added to neighboring sea zones. Yeah, the only adjacent sea zone we're dealing with is yeah, Calais and such. I don't think there's a spillover for maritime presence. Nah, it's just the land tiles next to it. In which case, it might. Oh, Aquitaine's Gascon though. You Gascon. You can domain it. Yeah, I could domain stuff. Yeah, I could set up places as domains, dominions. It'd be better to take land from northeast France, though. That's the core of France. You got to take that Francian land off of them. Leave their vassals alone, kind of thing. You're not going to be able to direct roll in France away from the coast for a couple centuries. It's better to have vassals there. South so the Spaniards can't jump the gun. Interesting thought. Maybe that is for the best. Take South France. Take Toulouse and such. Make certain that no one gets into France through Orthez and stuff. Yeah. Why not? Why not? Chase that stack. Follow those Frenchies. Normandy has a follow through on threat war goal. Well, that's most unfortunate for you, France. I mean, they are roasting Aragon though. Slow cooking. Spy network in Scotland. I don't care about a spy network in Scotland. Henry Yevel. Okay. We have an artist. Who's the least loyal French vassal? Not many. Not many at all. Don't think any discouraging reputation is gonna stop any of these fellas from being loyal to France. Valentinois. I know I'm capped on war score from battles. Have been for a bit now. Well, high spy network helped with sieges in EU4. I don't know if that's the case here. Oh, no, it is. English spy network. Never mind. It's useful to keep it, after all. To siege La Rochelle. Oh wait, no, I don't want to split up my army like this. I need to guard the one sieging Paragon. French might actually... I can't detach enough units to siege this. What? Oh, I finished that siege. Never mind. Oh, it wasn't even an actual siege. Okay. Yeah, I should win this. It said I was gonna lose, but I should win this fight. Weird. France, all these battles are annoying. I'm not getting war score for them. You're just killing our... Why is it saying no casualties done to me? Oh my goodness. France, France, France. These are not good numbers. Oh, they actually kicked France out of Aragon. Sheesh. They're throwing themselves away on this fort accidentally. Realistically, they must have all tried to retreat to this fort, and now it's getting them all killed. It's still 0% assimilated on this island. You're kidding me. Clearly, that is a waste of time. They going back? Going back to Aragon? Just keep catching splinters. Oh no, I actually got the main force. The mountain with forest too. Well, it's not the best for me. Yeah, they're still taking bad casualties though. They have so many in reserve. What, ticking war score, tick more? Oh, Castile is doing a war of Portuguese succession. Well, I'd like to say that that's uncommon, and I am shocked, but that would be a lie. How is this battle gonna happen here? Oh, that's why. People retreating. Like, what's a guy to do when I just want to win this war, but I need to deal with all of these goons. They just want to keep fighting. I'm not getting any war score out of it, but they just want to keep fighting. The king of France has been excommunicated. Well, that sucks. Pope, you're a real one for that, Pope. I don't know why you did that. I do not have any idea why you did that, Mr. Pope man, but you're a real one. Make no mistake. The Pope decided, yeah, I'm sorry, France, you don't. The King of France does not actually have the divine right to rule anymore. He lost to England, who was technically his vassal, so. France is 100% on their way to. Yeah, they're going to attack me on that fort now. With Edward in charge, too. Might still win this, though. Even without reinforcements, I've got a good chance of winning that. Yeah, they're right. Their right flank is crumbling. Poor France. And then they won the siege all while there's armies rushing to their aid. There's countless Englishmen on their way to help save the day, oblivious to the fact that the previous force already defeated the French main army. Yeah, there's only 24,000 French levies left. Surely at this point there's some French vassals that are disloyal. Oh, Brittany's disloyal. Armagnac's disloyal. Oh, it's all coming together. France has come to lose even more men and more dignity. Okay, well, they killed more of my men than I killed of theirs in that battle, but, you know. Now, can I get some diplomats, please? I need to get some diplomats together to start kicking some of these French vassals out of this war. National armies exist now. Okay, well. Let's crank up that Diplo spending real quick. Oh, also government reforms. I forgot. Local army organization. Very tempting, but I also prefer royal decree for extra centralization, crown power, and state satisfaction decay. Almost the month tick. There we go. Sue for separate peace. Brittany doesn't want out. Oh, it's a shame. Oh, Valentinois is the only disloyal one left. Okay. They stopped being disloyal for a second for some reason. Getting some good war score here, though. Oh, they're actually beating me there. I need to not get cocky. Cannot afford to be getting cocky when fighting France, of all things. Okay, but then, you know, stuff like that happens and it's like, well, it's hard to take them seriously when you wipe the floor with that many other men. Ah, fighting in the south. Oh, they broke through the center. They might actually win that, yeah. It's going to be interesting, though, regardless. Yeah. Always love seeing interesting results like that. Brittany really just doesn't want a separate piece. This is sad. Genoese banking, cost of purchasing food goes down, yay. Whether... Yeah, Brittany's really on the border with loyalty. Yeah, well, I already did. Yeah, I already did that with them. Flanders? Could definitely do with Flanders. Burgundy's on the border. Sabotage reputation. Burgundy. And Burgundy's not loyal to France anymore. France was gonna attack, but then they didn't. Gotta catch up to... Yeah, good, France. France made a bad call engaging there. You know, blockading Brittany's not a bad idea. They might decide to leave with some blockading action going on. I'm not confident that they will or would, but it's a possibility. They become loyal again. Brittany keeps flip-flopping their loyalty. Can't decide if France is worth being loyal to or not. You're kidding me. There's a Normandy army up here. Come on, Welsh dudes. Surely the Welsh vassals can go and solve that, right? Yay, fruit orchard. Yeah, I knew the nobles would come around and start liking me. Can't agitate for liberty while at war. This is so sad. Disorder. No, don't lose stability. I'm trying to stabilize the country. Got all the institutions spawning in. God damn. Well, surely at this point France has to be thinking about giving up. So separate pace 2. The second one, Armagnac. Well, well, well. I guess that's gonna be the end of Armagnac. The Armagnac vassal just gonna stop being loyal, so yes, they're getting turned into a dominion. Should have considered winning before they lost. Brittany is now pretty confidently disloyal again. They refuse to peace out, which to me sounds like Brittany has a bad case of not occupied enough. It's a terrible disease. Mixed mercenary company. No, I don't need them. Vassals, please do something, vassals. Oh my goodness. So the question is it better to attack the French land or the French vassals? Because if you make the French vassals weaker, then they're less like if I occupy land from Brittany, they're less likely to be loyal, or they're less likely to be disloyal because they'll be weaker. That's how I imagine it will work. I'll give it a try. Can't go past this fort? Oh, there's a fort in La Rochelle. Forgot. I'll deal with that first. Defender war score can still tick up for a while. %70 war score. That's the land it wants me to take. It wants me to take Calais. Take over market center in France. market center of Paris moves to Jersey. No, that's a laugh. That is a laugh. A hoot and a holler. Wow. Release below. Fuck even is that? Nope. I do like this land though. Natural harbor suitability. Yeah, Calais does have a good harbor, but Normandy's got really good harbors. Yeah, Calais not going to be as important though for a while. Getting upwards of 100% war score from taking land directly from France near Paris sounds like my ideal outcome to this. There's only 10 defenders. The AI is not assaulting. Just don't tell them. Why is the distribution of power law not codified? We favor the ruler, obviously, right? I can't think of anything else I'd rather want. Yeah. Weird that that wasn't codified. We're apparently raising a couple army levies from this new French land. Is it the French army? Yeah, that's the French army. Okay. Actually, I've got enough men here. Got enough men here that could siege Toulouse. Okay, they don't like that. But apparently that is okay. So we're chasing them down, and that, yeah, okay. All their flanks are gonna give. They ain't got any strong flanks here. I'm losing a lot more momentum for the moment, but as soon as their line breaks, yeah, instantly. As soon as that line broke, everything instantly flips. Oh, it actually became a lot more even by the end. All right, now how many French vassals are feeling confident anymore? Brittany, still feeling cocky. Burgundy, still okay. L'Isle Saint Jourdain is ready to surrender. Mont de Marsan is occupied. What? What more set? That. Oh, yeah, they unoccupied that. You're right. Maybe if I had that occupied, they'd be willing to surrender. Look at them building all these legumes. Come on, French vassals, just leave. I don't want to fight you. The more I fight you, the more loyal you become to France. That's not convenient for me at all. There's a lot of land that does not have forts in the middle here. It can just be walked into. Still gonna need to chase down the French army whenever it shows up though. But every time the French army shows up and gets beat, means that their vassals are gonna get less and less and less loyal. I like seeing all the fog of war fade away like that. I'd love to make peace with a bunch of French vassals individually, but I don't know how likely that is. Maybe if I occupy their land, though. That might be what I'm missing. I just need to occupy their land before they'll surrender. I'm not especially concerned about the war exhaustion at the moment, but you are right that it might be worth taking. It might be worth considering taking care of. Hello, French army. troops does Brittany have left? Yeah, Brittany does have men. Why do these guys have to stay loyal once I'm occupying all their stuff? So barely loyal, though. Now, can I piece them out? Yes. Brilliant. Brilliant. Just barely loyal to France until they're not. Just had to whisper some sweet nothings in their ear. How terrible the French king is. They're ready to give up and join England. Fiefdom of Foix. And then Foix is a barely loyal subject of France. Yeah, okay. Then Foix has these guys as subjects. Okay. A lot of kids. A lot of kids. Might need to watch myself a bit because I am making some people not like me due to all of these little bits of peace deals being made. Angoulême. Gotta occupy Angoulême in the peace, and then I can take it. Sounds good to me. So what's yeah, 49.7. That's pretty close. They'll definitely become loyal again by the time I actually siege it. Yeah, they became loyal again. Figures. Did Aragon make peace? Oh. Yeah, Aragon left the war. Some reason or other. they are gonna jump on that siege. And I would prefer they didn't do... Oh, no, they're going here. The Lusignan? But they can't even win that fight on their own. I will not pretend to understand the mind of a Frenchman. Oh, they took Dover. Inconvenient. Sabotage. France has a reputation with a couple people in a second. But mainly Anjouan. Oh no. I was getting so close to winning that siege too. What would peace with France look like now? Yeah, it might be time to peace out soon indeed. Only so much more that can even be gained. Oh. Yeah, that's as good as I can ask for a 98% war score. I can get out. I can get to the gates of Paris itself. I mean, I could have. Theoretically, the only thing that could theoretically have made pushing for more been worth it would be the idea of being able to piece out more French vassals. Like if I could have pieced out Angoulême. Also Foix. Let's see about Foix. Sabotage reputation between France and Foix. Foix is disloyal for a second now. Wait, but I thought you had vassals. I can only take 4 province. Yeah, release. I can release his vassals, but what? Okay, weird stuff. Connect the land in the south together. The stuff in the north is gonna hurt France, though. I guess. Guess you're right, though. What happens to Baron and Marsan? They become my vassals, just like in EU4? Okay, okay. We get two adorable little fiefdoms after out of taking that land. Yeah, I did get their vassals, you're right. Any other French vassals down here? I could yoink. I'm realistically just Angoulême if I can actually siege them. But the war's been going on long. Only worth it to continue so much longer. Alright, are there any laws I want to change? Actually, Scotland guaranteed for France? Yeah. Scotland is guaranteed for France. Oh. Joan Plantagenet is the regent of Scotland. That's unexpected. But yeah, connecting the land in the south is a good idea. But yeah, I'd want to try and attack Scotland if it wasn't for the fact that France will join any war I declare on them. Don't think I've got many laws I'd want to change either, though. Yeah, I don't really need to change laws. So I'll call the parliament and then just pass something nice, I guess. Forest exploitation. Wouldn't mind that. Cathedral in London. Wouldn't mind that though either. Let's do the cathedral. Come on, get a 7% win. Nah. Not feeling like cheating today, I guess. How does they think they're gonna win that? Oh no. Burgundy's loyal again. Damn, the little little Aquitaine that could. Oh, it's an actual professional regiment. Put sieged. Kick the shit out of some of these French vassals. It's getting a little closer than I'd like. I'd like you to engage more men, please. Still got the defense on this battle, but I'm not the biggest fan of these numbers, though. And I will win from crushing the center in a second, but still. Oh, and then they immediately sent in reinforcements that got hit. Nice. Separate peace. Lots of vassals are wanting a separate peace now. You want to give me stuff for more? Just gotta eat all the French vassals because they're being disloyal. That's the price they get for disloyalty. I could take Bourbon itself if I just all I gotta do is just stroll over there. Just barely have loyalty right now, or just barely have the parliament in my favor, rather. Just a little bit here, a little bit there. Where else? So, Blois. Can't actually take Blois. It's their capital, and they don't have it occupied. Brittany is stubborn as an ox, though. Country will disappear. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I can leave you with a single pile if you really want that ball. That makes you willing to accept. Okay, that's something pretty big. Becomes some pretty big Oh, shoot. That's the Norman army. Dude, oh my god, the Norman army ditched on the Angevins so bad. That's not helping any of their cases. And yeah, you're right, after the occupation, yeah, they're willing to accept for everything. I need to improve the papal opinion of me, though. I don't think I want the Pope deciding to excommunicate me. No, I want to occupy Angelo. So some pretty big English gains. And with not taken, that is going to start changing Brittany's tune pretty quick. Mind you, taking anything from Brittany would start making things much more aggressive. Of course, Angelo wants white peace. Yeah, they know what's coming. No, that's enough of Brittany. I don't think that I feel the need to taking Brittany in this war too is just too much. Where'd the French army go? that's where they went. Didn't expect there to be an army sitting on there waiting for me. Also didn't expect them to be quite this resilient. Sheesh. Britannia doesn't want anything taken from them in this war. Yeah, just money. Can dismantle any forts. Yeah, they got too many dudes reinforcing right there. War score, maximum defender ticking. It's yeah, this is the end. Yeah, unacceptable casualties too. Won't dismantle their forts. Damn. What is Rose loyalty to France like? It's getting pretty bad. Flanders even has bad loyalty. Yeah. Don't think I'm gonna be able to even white piece most of them out. They just don't feel like it. And that's fine, I guess. Perigord. For Perigord province. Russian shot. tile from that province? Not likely. Why are they willing to take it? But that's so weird. They're willing to accept. Oh, no, they're not. Yeah. They'll accept white peace though. Okay, so war reparations from France, all treaties with Scotland. You're gonna start losing your mind with the province map? Well, then I better start cleaning it up, I guess. This is gonna make it better, right? I think this will fix it for you. Oh, you're talking about your. I thought you were talking about what I'm doing here with piecing out France. Modding Paradox games is like that, dude. It doesn't make sense often. But when you eventually find the answer and figure out why something isn't working the way it should, then it will seem like it was obvious the whole time. Alright. Well, I definitely want the war reparations because that's going to be a huge amount of money, and I want them to annul their treaties with Scotland so that I can beat the shit out of Scotland. But that's going to be on another stream. Spit out the land in the south into the vast to take the land in the north next war. France has control down here. France has like no control down here. Because France has so little control down there. Even though the land in the north is the most valuable, the land down here is probably really cheap to take. Would leave recipient too fractured. Okay, okay. Weird ass modifier. Makes them not want to accept peace because it's gonna be too fractured. Oh no. That makes them more likely to accept because. Yeah. Peace deals in this game. I like they've got their anti border gore peace deals where the AI is more likely to accept if it doesn't split them up too much. Really? I just want to get to an even 100. It'd be so nice. Oh goodness. Absolutely disgusting. This is honestly though pretty relatively realistic from Uh, 168 countries would join a coalition. Okay, that's a lot of dudes. Like I see Pisa joining a coalition against me. Maybe it wouldn't be the best idea. But also, I want stuff. Two provinces. Wish I could see where the actual threatening countries are. Like Florence, Perugia. How much is each of these? $205. Hmm. Schwiz. Ferraro. Ugh. Get up lower white toe, I guess. Stop being so greedy. Even Florence is still in it after that. Yikes. Rid of Bruce. Still seeing names like Milan and Pisa and Trier in there. Strasbourg. Damn. Guess taking all those little peace deals with the little dudes inside France wasn't the best for not having coalitions. This'll be fine. Okay, RCM, you say that, but you haven't done that yet. You say you think it's easier to do that, but you haven't done that yet. So you don't know. Okay. Big England. Big England, big peace. Austria's at 49. There's a lot of guys that could join a coalition against me and probably will. It's gonna be fine though, because Castile's busy, right? Castile's busy. They wouldn't. Still improving relations with them. Oh no. Oh no. I'm so boned. It's gonna be bad. My greed knows no bounds. But, with that, I suppose I can wrap up this stream, and next time, I'll worry about actually handing out the new land to some dominions, and actually starting to use money for building stuff again. And then theoretically we'll be getting ready to attack Scotland eventually. Uh, Despite the humongous amount of aggressive expansion. It'll tick down, it'll be fine. Can't wait for next stream's coalition. That's not gonna happen, dude. Everyone's gonna be friends. See, look how willing Naples is to ally with me. Minus 50 from likely target of coalition. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. You'll see. I'll release a couple dominions, and then they'll be super strong, and everything will be great. And I'm sure Aragon would never betray me. My beloved ally Aragon, who's actually starting to get aggressive expansion towards me. Yeah, they got antagonism of 17 towards me. Even with all the improved relations I've done with them over time, they've still got some with me now due to this. Right. But with that, I'll be saving this here. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.